It's the NBA brought to you by 2K Sports on this very special Easter Sunday. Our broadcast team tonight, on one side, Greg Anthony. On the other side, Steve Smith. And on the sideline, David Aldridge. I'm Kevin Harlan. It's the Miami Heat and the Portland Trail Blazers. Here's Paul with the drive. Good for the basket, starting off 1 for 1 with that shot. And Greg, something to keep an eye on in this one, the big man. Both these teams have talented front courts.
You're exactly right. Both rely on their bigs, and the winner of the game is probably going to be the team that wins that front court matchup.
Pass to Beal. Here's Davis. And he makes good on the layup.
I just love watching Davis go to work inside. This is too easy for him.
Inside. High post, Embiid. Back to Brunson. Bounce pass, Maxey. On the clock. There's Embiid. Lays it up off the glass.
And the man just brings his lunch pail and goes to work. Well, what sets Embiid apart is he does it with such ease.
Now here's Beal. And the foul on Jayshawn Tate. That's his first foul. And we're about a minute and a half into the first quarter. Out of bounds, Portland takes possession. And while we've got a moment, I'd send it over to our terrific reporter, David Aldridge. David?
Earlier, I spoke with Chauncey Billups. This will be the first game this season against this team. He knows they're great rim protectors, but he doesn't want his guys to back down. He told them, push the action, stay confident. You may get one sent back. Don't let that deter you at all. So, Kevin, they're going to keep trying to be aggressive all game.
Okay, David, thank you. We'll see if they can execute Greg well enough to beat the good defense.
Yeah, and it's about identifying the right matchup. You almost always have an advantage somewhere on the floor.
You can bet they've been doing a lot of scouting, really getting a chance to prepare for this game. This should be an interesting game of adjustments.
And the shot goes down.
With the ball on his string and that short area burst, Chris Paul can get anywhere he wants to go.
Back to Vanderbilt. Pass to Tate. Just 5 to shoot. And Davis sends it back.
The crazy reach of AD coming into play. He uses it so well to reject shots.
And he battles for the ball and gets the second chance bucket.
And the story here, Kevin, early on is how well they've shot the basketball.
Here's Maxey. And Davis sends it back.
Just a little off to start this game. 1 for 5, looking to find some kind of rhythm.
Pulls up on the wing. Good on the bucket. Davis has got 6.
And I like to see this. They're calling his number early, and he's delivering.
It makes sense, right? You're trying to get off to a fast start, and he can help with that.
So timeout called here, the first for Portland. And Miami making a change here. First quarter of action, just under 3.5 minutes played. GA, something that's kept Portland from getting over the hump is their defense.
Kevin, their defensive rating hasn't been pretty for several years. It's a point of emphasis for the Blazers going forward. Shore up the D and try and take that next step.
And it's Bogdanovich on the follow.
Well, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. They keep getting in the paint and continue to score consistently.
Porter with the steal. Fires the three. Here's Barrett. Offensive rebound. Outside for Davis. The three from Bogdanovich. And it's Portland with the rebound. Here's Maxey. And Davis sends it back. Porter looking it over. And Davis gets it to go. He's got 8.
Timeout. Timeout.
Every time they get scored on during this run, it's come from inside the paint.
Now a timeout called by Portland. 1:32 left to play in the first quarter. Pass to Bamba. Down low. It's intercepted. Outside Porter. And he gets the whistle. 2 free throws coming up. And of course, one of the league's longest tenured coaches, GA, is Eric Spoelstra. And he's having a Hall of Fame level career.
And you look at the ground he broke when he was first hired. Not only young, Spo was the first Asian-American head coach in any of the 4 major North American sports league and worked his way up from video coordinator.
Now here's Fultz. Still getting warmed up offensively. No scoring hit from him. Here's Gordon. Offensive struggles continue. Missing again.
Gordon foul. Aaron Gordon. First personal foul.
And breaking down some numbers here. The hustle stats for the Heat.
Well, it's tough to score when you're getting stuffed on every attempt. Great job getting the hands up so far, making life difficult on shooters.
And they've also been pressuring the ball tonight. You don't get this many steals without making an effort there.
Now here's Fultz. Bamba sends a screen. Vassell. The shot missing. Nice D from Porter. To the paint. A reverse. And it's Monk laying it in.
And defensively, they're on their heels every time the ball comes inside.
Outside Gordon. The trade. Trains it from beyond the arc.
And Gordon understands the importance of stretching the floor. And he remains a capable three-point shooter.
Pass to Pokusevski. Trying to answer back, but that three is off the mark. Now Vassell. And as the first quarter wraps up, already a double-digit lead. Heat lead by 13. And back in a moment as we'll get
18.
Well, we hope you're enjoying your Easter as we are here as we get underway once again. And for the Heat here, they've been putting on a show, guys.
I love their effort, contesting shots, trying to intimidate here early on.
And you can see it's already having an impact. It can cause shooters to think twice.
Back to Gordon. Pass to Fultz. Shot clock at 5. No good with the triple. The Heat leading by 13. And the wide open shot from Paul connects from three-point range. Paul's got his third basket of the night.
Cold-blooded. That's just part of Paul's makeup. He pulls no punches.
The edge on the glass is the difference. It's allowed them to build this lead. And we talk about the playmaking ability of CP3. Third all-time in career assists, second all-time in career assist percentage, and he looks far from done.
Fultz, no good.
Using his height and length there to prevent the second chance opportunity.
Takes a step back. Out to Barrett. A three-pointer is right on target.
3 points.
And the Heat lead by 19. And Greg, what separates Paul from the other two guys that have more career assists is that Paul also averaged 18 points a game.
And he scores with efficiency. Really a one-of-a-kind talent. When he finally does decide to hang him up, I think he'd make a great head coach as well.
Here's Fultz. Looking to end the run. And he can't jam it through. To the inside. 2 free throws coming up, and they call the shooting foul. That one on Embiid.
Gotta be careful how you guard Davis. Given his size, he uses it to absorb contact.
First one falls for him.
2 shots.
Allen for Anthony Davis, a big contributor to this team when healthy.
Kevin, AD does everything on the court that you ask of him. He can defend in space and guard just about anybody. Along with being a force on the offensive side, he's a terrific talent.
And here's Brunson. He'll bring it up for the Portland Trail Blazers. Still looking for their first basket since the first quarter. A moment now to hear from our sideline reporter, Hall of Famer David Aldridge. David.
Thanks very much. Now, the Blazers missed the playoffs last season for the first time in almost a decade. Coach Billups says, it's been a lot here so far, but I just know that I'm built for this. This is what I do, and it gives me the opportunity to stand up as a man to show that I can lead. I'm ready for it. Kevin?
I think he is, and he's embracing the challenge, which is fun to watch. David, thanks. Vanderbilt with it. Chris Paul covering. Trying to get something going. He's off on that one. Now the Heat take it the other way.
They've shown some strength in the paint today. Their work on the boards has been impressive.
Pass to Brunson. Here's Vanderbilt. He's been patient so far. Nothing on the scoreboard yet.
And they just can't find a way to end this thing. Nothing falling right now.
All you see is a lot of frustration. Someone needs to step up and make a play to turn this thing around.
Yeah, this looks like a pregame shoot-around with all the threes they're allowing.
And here's Brunson. Fires from deep. Portland again missing.
You know, he was looking for revenge, trying to match shots from distance.
And Davis wide open. He shoots. Misses the three. Pass to Brunson. Puts up a three. It's hauled in by the Heat.
The defense got lucky there. That's one you expect him to drain.
And I think, Steve, now we see less real grudge matches than we did before. But do you like seeing those games where there is no love lost, where there is some bad blood and some contention?
Kevin, I love it. Yes, friends off the court, but on the court, you got to go at each other. And when it's over, win or lose, you leave it right there and you go back to being friends.
Beal gets a wide open look. Off target from outside. And that's a foul called on Bradley Beal. That is his first foul of the game. And for a lot of up-and-coming teams, getting better defensively is the key to reaching, Greg, that next level. That being considered, what's the first step in that improvement?
A lot of times it's bringing in a great defender, like a Pat Beverly or an Andre Iguodala, a defensive anchor who also inspires his teammates to take that challenge.
No one near Maxey as he lets it fly. Portland again missing.
It's been a rough quarter for him. Can't seem to find any kind of rhythm.
Outside Bogdanovich. And a miss there on the triple.
And you could tell he thought that triple was going to fall.
This is his first free throw of the game.
Second team foul.
That free throw, no good.
Really an underrated part of Embiid's game. Excellent as a foul shooter for a 7-footer, so you just can't hack away at it.
You look back at how the Blazers have drafted. They get a lot of value no matter where they pick. Great job of identifying and growing talent.
Porter with it. Guarded now by Clark. And the wide open shot from Warren. That three off the mark.
And we haven't seen them be quite as aggressive driving the basketball, settling far too much for jumpers. Clearly a foul.
First trip to the line for him here.
Third team foul.
And the first one drops. And Portland making a change here.
Tyrese Maxey. 2 shots.
Both good from the line that time.
Yeah, in this quarter, they've had the right approach, driving and drawing, initiating contact, create opportunities, get to the line.
Pass to Pokusevski. There's the killer two-handed slam.
And how about Porter Jr.'s court awareness? Excellent job finding the open man with the pass.
Over to the left wing. Back to Maxey. Clark with it. On the wing, Gordon. And the ball's tied up, so we'll have a jump ball.
Aaron Gordon. First personal foul.
Clark outside. Misses the deep three-point attempt. And so it's Miami holding a very comfortable 25-point lead as the quarter comes to a close. And it's been their rugged defense setting the tone. Back to the action in just a minute. And with a big gap on the scoreboard, the second half begins with very different goals for these teams. One side trying to mount a comeback, one side trying to protect their lead. Brunson with it, picked up by Davis. And that'll be 2 free throws coming up. Officials on the call with the foul.
This Heat team does just about everything well. They're one of the top teams in the league on offense and on D. They can win games at either end of the floor.
And that one goes in. 2 from the line that time. And Miami, Smitty, really has succeeded in putting together a complete ball club. I mean, from top to bottom, with all the parts needed.
I totally agree, Kevin. That was their goal. Build a team that doesn't rely on any one strength. On nights when they're not shooting it well, their defense can pick up the slack.
How many times have we seen a possession like that from them today? Ending with a basket, coming off a pretty pass.
And so it's Paul with it, bringing it up for the Heat. Outside for Beal. The putback. It's good on the putback.
They're doing a really good job of getting the ball inside and attacking the paint. That's an area they have completely dominated.
Here's Maxey. Portland keeps it going. A new 14-second shot clock. 6 to shoot. Second shot opportunity. And that one hits back iron.
And if you're looking for the main reason that they're trailing in this game, well, look no further than his shooting. I mean, he has hit exactly 0% of his shots.
And the basket is good, and he's got a chance here for one more at the line.
His shooting has been outstanding here. Definitely one of the reasons they're up in this game.
The Trailblazers making a switch here.
And with the struggles AD has had to stay healthy, and you wonder, though, if the team's going to focus on having him be at his best for that postseason run and try to manage the wear and tear.
And so the ball's out of bounds. Vanderbilt touched it last.
Kevin Porter Jr.
And here's Miami. And let's head over to the sideline and catch up with David Aldridge.
Thanks very much. In recent years, the NBA has opened several international academies. Commissioner Adam Silver says huge numbers of people are playing basketball, but unless you take the best at a young age, get them facing elite competition and training under high-pressure circumstances, they won't develop into NBA-caliber players. Kevin?
Well, opening doors, David. That's always a good thing. Expansion. Thank you.
Sky high, one of his advantages as an undersized forward.
And when Davis is on the floor, Greg, he is a force. But how do you keep him healthy into the playoffs? That is the question.
I mean, sustaining his output over a full season isn't easy, but Davis has had a bit of bad luck with the injury, so you have to mitigate ways to keep him available.
Brunson scanning the floor. And the shot is long.
You're not going to see that very often. Plenty of space, but he just, let's face it, he whiffs on that one.
And Embiid with the block.
Length plus agility, great recipe for blocking shots. Embiid's one of the best to do it.
And timeout called. Chauncey Billups has had enough.
It's dance time in Portland. Here are your Blazers.
And now we're 3 minutes into the third quarter of play.
On the floor for your Trailblazers.
And there's the call on Kevin Porter. That is his first foul of the game.
And now only one away from being in the penalty.
Miami foul. Kevin Porter Jr.
In the corner, it's Gordon.
Foul. Third team foul. Substitution on the court.
Clark outside. 5 on the clock. Driving to the basket. And the rejection by Cousins. And there's the shot clock violation. Couldn't get the shot off in time. And here are the Heat now. Just 4 points. That's all they've given up here in the second half. Screen by Cousins. And Beal puts up a deep three. They get it back to the middle. Tries again. Miami no good on that time either.
Well, he wants to shoot his way out of this cold spell, but the struggles continue.
You know, to me, this is when you want to focus on creating for others. Give someone else a chance. It's called a teammate.
Kevin Porter Jr.
The Trailblazers shooting their 7th free throw attempt here. The free throw drops for Embiid. And after several playoff runs, the Portland Trailblazers, Smitty, decided to shake things up.
The decision to deal key role players shows they wanted a change in direction. They felt like their team needed some changes, but it looks like they still are aiming to remain competitive.
Pass to Vassell. Three-pointer. Rebound by Sohan. Outside Porter. Wasted no time on that shot, but it's off the mark. And it's the Trailblazers with the ball. And following this game, they hit the road to challenge the Bucks in Milwaukee. It's game 1 of a 3-game road trip. Clark with a wide open look. Again, the miss by the Trailblazers. And a deep three from Beal. That shot is off. And the Trailblazers going the other way.
And for his offense, this has just been a brutal period.
Fultz is not just looking to score the ball. He also is equally engaged in terms of facilitating for his teammates.
T.J. Warren.
Oh, big finish, emphatic.
He hangs on the rim just for good measure. Wow.
Shooting the technical.
And a moment to look at the scoring approach in terms of where the points are coming from for the Heat.
On the court.
They've been lights out from three-point land in this one. The defense hasn't been effective at stopping them, so they have just stuck with the game plan.
And we also got to highlight how lackluster the opposition has been in terms of boxing out. This team is flat out bullying them on the offensive glass.
So far, we've seen them be a bit careless with the ball.
Simply put, out of control is how they played thus far. They're going to have to reel it in and show some more discipline.
The kick out to Warren. Pass to Bogdanovich. Hits the three-point bomb. Bogdanovich has got 8 points.
And they have been relentless from deep. And you see the defense trying to react, but to no avail.
You know what? They talked about this at halftime, and they're doing a better job of creating space.
So close to getting the block there. You can live with those calls because you'd rather have a guy playing aggressive instead of playing it safe.
From 18 feet away, and he gets it to go, hitting off the back of the rim. He has 5.
And there's not an area on the floor where Beal can't do damage. He is a handful for any defense he goes up against.
The 3 quarters of play all in the books, and this one all but over already. It's the Heat opening up a huge gap. And 1 quarter to go in a game that to this point has not been an evenly fought contest. Down low. Here's Davis. And it's Davis finishing it off.
Chris Paul.
And this is CP3's game. He's all about trying to get his teammates involved.
Nobody near Milton. And it's off from 3-point range.
And physically, there's no doubt they've been the stronger team. A +10 rebound advantage tells you all you need to know.
And the layup's good off the glass. Melton's got his first points in this one.
And for a big man, Embiid sees the floor as well as any big. Recognizes when one of his guys has an opening for a shot.
And it's Barrett penetrating. Miles. And that one, no good to start him off on the night. Melton feeling it out a bit. A 3 ball. Rebound by the Heat. Paul outside. And Anthony Melton picks up the foul. That is his first foul of the game. And every year it seems like outcomes in the playoffs can hinge on health. Steve, it's part of the game, as you well know.
It is, Kevin, and we hate it because obviously health can change the direction of a series or a team. But the one thing teams are doing a better job is they are lengthening and going deeper into their bench.
Melton with the ball. It's hauled in by Lyle.
Missed opportunity, wide open for mid-range. He would love to get that one back.
Yeah, clearly a foul of frustration right there.
The Trailblazers making a switch here. Inside. Score that one for him. His 8th field goal. 8 for 11 on a very accurate night.
Back in the day, big man would carry your offense. Times have changed. But 80s, one who can still do it. Terrific play. This is why you run your offense through him and live with the results.
Miles with the screen. 20 feet out. Second chance shot. And he sinks the layup. Miles got his first points of the night.
And that's a lesson for the D. Fight harder on the glass.
Reason why, lack of focus, lack of communication, which led to second chance points.
And the fluid shooting motion of Fultz is impressive. Easily shifting from dribbling to shooting in the blink of an eye.
Outside for Davis. Launches it. Here's Fultz. Miami grabs the miss.
What I like, he hasn't stopped competing despite the off night.
And Terrence Davis gets the whistle that time. That's his first foul. And the play-in tournament, Greg, is here to stay, but the terminology is somewhat in limbo. Is that going to be part of the playoffs?
You hear people say it's not the playoffs, it's the play-in. Maybe the term postseason should cover both the play-in and the playoff. something to think about.
Shooting the technical.
And that one misses.
Terrence Davis.
You know, Smitty, what's incredible about Miami's D, they don't need to block a ton of shots to protect the rim.
Kevin, it's all about awareness, communication, and positioning. Whether they're in zone or man, they stay completely connected almost every possession.
Quick off the floor and powerful. Clark loves to attack that rim.
Now here's Paul. Trying to get open as Davis. And it's going to be out of bounds. The Trailblazers will take.
Heat substitution. Alexei Pokusevski.
Now Brunson. Shoots over Beal. It's rebounded by Barrett. And Barrett has got the ball here for the Heat. Stolen. Here's Brunson. And he's knocked off course by the D. The foul called. He'll shoot free throws.
First personal foul.
The first free throw is good.
Heat foul. Alexei Pokusevski.
He hits one and misses one, each at the line. Well, Greg, we're seeing high schoolers now making six figures to play basketball. I bet you wouldn't have minded that in your time, would you?
I tell you what, it beats delivering the newspaper, right? It's still fresh and developing, but a lot of different opportunities are emerging.
To the left wing. Vassell, no good.
And the great shooters know when they've got enough opening to go for the three. I didn't think it was a bad choice on that possession.
Here's Paul. Some solid defense from Clark. And Portland with the ball. So far in the fourth quarter, they've allowed just 6 points. Beal with the steal. Out to Barrett. To stop the drought. And a great assist by Paul as that one goes in.
Showing improvement in that aspect of his game. Barrett wants to get better firing off the catch.
We've got 1:28 left to play here in the fourth. And it's Clark in the corner. Tried to come right back with the three of his own, but it's no good.
Yes, and with this one winding down, it's obvious to everyone who watched it. Just a total mismatch and a true show of strength for the Heat.
As one-sided as it gets today, you know, there were some dominant moments in about every facet of this game for that team.
Yeah, I mean, Kevin, it's hard to think of what didn't go right for them. Game planning by the coaches, execution by the players, everything was just on target.
And during the long NBA season, each contest important here tonight. Tonight's win will give them 4 on the season.
And so they win their first game against this squad. It's a 2-game season series, and they'll be going for the sweep the next time they face off.
And, you know, looking back at all the contributions tonight, it was a really phenomenal all-around game for Anthony Davis.
I'll tell you, his shot blocking made a big impact. Whether it was on the ball or rotating over to help, he provided the intimidation factor this defense needed.
Great energy on the deflection and a good job disrupting their offense.
This is called an effort play. Terrific hustle at the defensive end.
Here's Fultz. From the top of the key, he buries it.
I tell you what, he has a great looking J. Fultz just tremendous with his confidence in terms of pulling up from there.
Here's Pokusevski. Misses the layup. He had him with that pump fake. Portland with the ball. To the paint. Here's Clark. And there's the big-time jam as he slams it right over Davis.
And you gotta like that they found something positive here, something that maybe carry overs into the next game.
They put together some great possessions here at the end. It's a shame they could have used this run much earlier.
And you can tell he's looking for his shot. He just believes in it.
You know why? Success breeds confidence, and he's certainly been successful from there.